Smack! A sharp slap rips through a packed courtroom. Not just any slap, but the spark that sets off a wildfire. Two racist cops think they've just put a black woman in her place. Another flex of their dirty power. They smirk, expecting her to shrink. But they don't know who she is. She's not some nobody. She's Judge Evelyn Jackson, the queen of that room. And in the next 5 minutes, their crooked empire starts crumbling like a house of cards in a hurricane. This isn't just about a slap. It's power, defiance, and justice hitting like a sledgehammer. Stick around, because what's coming next will leave you stunned. Drop your city in the comments. Where are you watching this fight go down? Hit that like button if you're ready for some raw truth, and subscribe now. You won't want to miss how this explodes. Picture this: Savannah, Georgia, a city dripping with southern charm. Old oak trees draped in moss, cobblestone streets whispering history. But beneath the pretty lies a tension that never sleeps, a place wrestling with its soul every day. Evelyn Jackson, 64, strides into the courthouse that morning, silver hair pulled tight, brown eyes sharp as a razor. She's the first black woman to claim the highest bench here, a legend some folks still can't swallow. 30 years she's walked these marble halls, lawyer for the underdog, prosecutor slicing through corruption, now a judge who doesn't bend. She's shattered ceilings they didn't want broken, and today, they're about to learn what happens when you cross her. The air's thick as she nods to the guards. Some smile, some don't dare. Her gut's buzzing, that old instinct screaming trouble's close. She's got a vandalism case on deck, small time, routine, but something's off, and she feels it deep. The clerk's waiting outside, jittery as hell. Morning, Judge Jackson, he stumbles. Officer Reed's already inside. He's antsy. Evelyn's jaw tightens. She knows Reed, Sergeant Marcus Reed, third-generation cop, a swaggering poster boy for arrogance. His file's a graveyard of complaints, harassment, brutality, all mysteriously buried. She's seen his name too many times, and it stinks every time. "Let's move," she says, voice low firm. Ever wonder what happens when a bully picks the wrong damn fight? Keep watching. This is about to get insane. Smash that subscribe button if you're riding this with me. We're just heating up. Evelyn steps into the courtroom. No robe yet, just her crisp blazer and that quiet steel in her stride. The room's sparse. A few reporters scribbling, a teenage defendant slouched beside his overworked public defender, and Reed, arms crossed at the prosecution table, radiating impatience. He doesn't even glance her way as she moves toward a side table to grab a file. To him, she's invisible, just another black face in a space he thinks he owns. "Let's get this damn show on the road," he snaps at the clerk. "I ain't got all day. I suggest you make the time," Evelyn says, her voice cutting through like a knife. Reed spins, eyes narrowing. He sizes her up. No robe, no gavel. And that smirk creeps onto his face. "You with the defense, or something?" He sneers, dripping condescension. She doesn't answer, just flips a page in the file, calm as a storm brewing. The room's watching now, tension rippling fast. Reed's not used to being ignored. It's like a match to his fuse. He storms over, boots thumping. "Hey, I'm talking to you." That happens, crack. His hand flies out, an open-handed slap landing hard across Evelyn's cheek. The sound bounces off the walls, a gunshot in the silence. Gasps erupt. A reporter drops his pen. The kid defendant's eyes go wide. Evelyn doesn't flinch, not a twitch, not a blink. Her cheek burns red, but she turns slow, locking eyes with Reed. He steps back, surprised by his own swing, but not sorry. "You people need to learn respect," he mutters, loud enough for everyone to hear. Oh, he's dug his grave now, but he doesn't know it yet. What would you do if this was you? Hit like if that line just lit a fire in you. The clerk stammers. She's not in her robe, but Reed's too far gone to care. He doubles down, chest puffed. "I don't give a damn who you think you are. You don't strut around my courtroom like that." Evelyn takes one step forward, then another. The air tightens. Reporters lean in. "Is this how you treat officers of the court, Sergeant?" she asks, voice cold as ice, steady as stone. Reed blinks. "What the hell are you talking about?" She doesn't answer with words. She walks slow, deliberate, up to the bench, climbs the steps, and turns to face him. The room holds its breath. Reed's still standing there, dumb as a brick, until she sits. The clerk whispers, "Judge Jackson," and it hits him. The color drains from his face. His jaw drops like a trapdoor. She clasps her hands, staring him down. "Sergeant Marcus Reed," she says, each word a hammer strike. "Did you just strike me in my courtroom?" He stumbles. I didn't know who you were." "That's not what I asked," she snaps, cutting him off. "Did you put your hand on me? Yes or no?" The gallery shifts. Phones are out, cameras rolling. Reed's grasping now, voice rising. "You weren't in your robe. I thought you were coming at me." Evelyn tilts her head, eyes unblinking. "You thought I was beneath you," she says, and it lands like a punch. He clenches his fists. "You're twisting this." "No," she fires back. "I'm naming it. You assaulted me, unprovoked, in front of witnesses. Your only excuse is you didn't bother to look." The bailiff, a grizzled vet named Carter, steps closer, hand on his belt. Reed's losing it, pointing at the kid defendant. "That little punk's the real problem. Caught him tagging up half the block." Evelyn slams her gavel. Bam. "Once, twice. You don't justify hitting me by pointing at a child," she thunders. "Clerk, enter this into the record. Sergeant Reed has admitted to striking a sitting judge on camera with no cause." Reed's eyes dart to the ceiling. 2 red lights blink back. He's cooked, and he knows it. "This is insane," he sputters, stepping back. "I didn't mean—" Evelyn raises a hand, silencing him. "You've had 20 years of not meaning it," she says, voice dropping low, lethal. "I've seen your file, complaints buried, cases swept under rugs. Not today." She stands, the room rising with her. "Under Georgia law, I'm placing you under judicial investigation for assaulting a public official." Bailiff, detain him. No cuffs yet, but he doesn't leave this room. Reed's face twists. Rage, fear, disbelief. "You can't do this," he yells. Evelyn leans forward. "I just did." The doors slam shut as Carter moves in. Reed's empire's cracking, and this is just the start. What's he hiding? What's Evelyn got up her sleeve? Don't look away. The next twist coming hot. Tell me in the comments. Would you have slapped back or play it cool like her? The courtroom doors slam shut, and the air turns electric. Sergeant Marcus Reed stands frozen, his fists clenched, face flushed red like a cornered animal. Evelyn Jackson looms above him from the bench, her gaze unyielding, a steel wall he can't climb. The reporters in the back are scribbling like mad, phones buzzing, cameras catching every twitch. Carter, the bailiff, edges closer, his hand resting light but ready on his belt. Reed's eyes dart around. No allies, no backup, just the slow choke of a noose he didn't see coming. "This is a setup," he barks, voice cracking. "You're turning a mistake into a damn circus." Evelyn doesn't blink. "A mistake," she says, voice low, slicing through his bluster. "You hit a judge in open court. That's not a mistake, that's a crime." She leans forward, hands clasped tight. "And I'm not the one making it a circus, Sergeant. You did that all by yourself." The room hums. A junior lawyer in the gallery fumbles her coffee cup, spilling it down her shirt. The teenage defendant, still wide-eyed, shifts in his seat, watching Reed unravel. Evelyn turns to the clerk, her tone crisp. "Make sure the record notes the surveillance footage. I want every angle preserved." Reed's head snaps up, panic flashing as he spots those red lights blinking in the ceiling again. "You think you're untouchable, don't you?" He spits, stepping forward before Carter blocks him with a firm hand. "I've served this city 20 years. Risked my life while you sit up there playing queen." Evelyn's eyes narrow, but her voice stays steady, lethal. 20 years hiding behind a badge doesn't make you a hero. It makes you a coward when the complaints pile up and vanish. She stands taller. "I've read your file, Reed. 5 excessive force cases dismissed in the last 7 years. 2 body cams lost. You're not serving, you're surviving." The gallery gasps. A reporter mutters, "Holy shit," under his breath. Reed's jaw locks, so tight you can hear grind. "You don't know what you're starting," he growls, low and desperate. Evelyn tilts her head. "Oh, I know exactly what I'm starting." and you're not ready for it. She nods to Carter. Take him to holding room C. Internal Affairs gets a call from me personally in 10 minutes. Carter grabs Reed's elbow, guiding him toward the side exit. Reed jerks free for a second, spinning back. You think you've won? This city'll eat you alive. Evelyn doesn't flinch. It's been trying for decades. I'm still here. The door swings shut behind him, and the room erupts. Whispers, clicks, a flood of motion. Evelyn steps down from the bench, her heels striking the floor like a countdown. Outside, words already spreading like wildfire through the courthouse halls. Clerks peek from doorways. Attorneys dodge eye contact, and a crowd's gathering on the steps. Reporters, protesters, a storm brewing fast. She heads to her chambers, Carter trailing close. That was a hell of a move, he says, voice gruff but proud. Had to be, she replies, pulling her blazer tight. He's not the only one I'm after. Carter raises an eyebrow. How deep does this go? Evelyn pauses, her hand on the doorknob. Deeper than you want to know. But we're digging anyway. Inside her chambers, she locks the door and sinks into her chair. Her cheek still stings faintly, a red mark fading but etched in her mind. She stares at it in the mirror across the room. Not for the pain, but for the memory. How many walked out of this courthouse with worse? How many never got a voice? Her phone buzzes, 2 voicemails already. One from the police chief's office, another from Internal Affairs. She ignores them, pulling a legal pad from her drawer. Her handwriting sharp, deliberate. Incident: assault in courtroom. Witnesses: 12+. Video: active. Reed's record: 5 complaints, 2 missing cams. Next: AG's office. She looks up at Carter. Pull every case Reed's touched in the last decade. Flag them all. He nods slow. That's a mountain of paper. Then we'd better start climbing, she says, eyes burning. A knock breaks the silence, urgent hard. Carter opens it, and in steps Agent Lena Brooks from Internal Affairs, a no-nonsense black woman with a file already in hand. Judge Jackson, she says, voice clipped. We've been watching Reed for months. Slippery bastard. Always just clean enough to skate by. Evelyn leans back. Not anymore. Brooks slides the file across the desk. 3 more complaints, same pattern. All buried by the same prosecutor, ADA James Carter. Evelyn's pulse ticks up. She knows James, slick, charming, always too cozy with the cops. He's in on it? She asks, voice tight. Brooks nods. Up to his neck. And there's more. One of those complaints? A kid, 16, beaten so bad he lost an eye. Body cam went missing, signed off by James. Evelyn's fists ball up. They've been running a machine, she mutters. And I just kicked the gears loose. Brooks smirks faintly. You didn't just kick it. You blew the damn lid off. But watch your back. Reed's got friends, and they're not happy. Evelyn stands, walking to the window. Outside, the crowd's growing, signs waving, voices rising. Justice for who? One reads. Her phone buzzes again, unknown number. She opens it. Nice play, Judge. Hope your sister's house is locked tight. Her blood runs cold. She shows it to Carter. His face hardens. Son of a, find out who sent it, she cuts in, voice steel. And get someone I trust on my sister's place. Now. Carter's already dialing as Brooks steps closer. This is war, Judge. How far are you willing to push? Evelyn turns, eyes blazing. All the way. The room goes quiet, but the storm's just beginning. Reed's down, but who's pulling strings behind him? How dirty does this get? Don't look away. The real fight's about to drop. Tell me in the comments. Who's got your back when the threats roll in? Hit like if you're ready to see this machine burn. The courthouse hums like a hive on fire. Evelyn Jackson stands at her chamber window, staring out as the crowd swells below, signs stabbing the air, voices shouting for blood. Justice now. One reads, scrawled in red. Her phone still cold in her hand, that text burning in her mind. Nice play, Judge. Hope your sister's house is locked tight. She'd buried her husband to this city's silence years ago. No more. Carter's on the phone, barking orders to a trusted cop. Get eyes on her sister's place. Quiet, fast. He hangs up, jaw tight. They're moving. You good? Evelyn nods, but her eyes say war. Agent Lena Brooks flips open her file again, voice cutting through the tension. Reed's not the head of this snake, Judge. ADA James Carter's been greasing the wheels. 3 cases tied to Reed, all buried with his signature. One's got blood on it. A kid lost an eye. Evelyn's stomach twists. She knows James, too smooth, too quick with a handshake and a deal. He's in the courtroom every week, she says, voice low, slapping backs with cops like it's a damn club. Brooks nods. It is. And we just crashed the party. A sharp knock hits the door. Carter opens it. It's the clerk, sweating bullets. Chief Nolan's on line 1, Judge. Sounds pissed. Evelyn grabs the phone, doesn't sit. Chief, she says flat. Nolan's voice crackles through, low and tight. Evelyn, what the hell are you doing? You've got Reed in a cage and internal affairs sniffing around. This is a powder keg. She doesn't flinch. Good. Let blow. He pauses, then sharpens. You're pulling a thread that'll unravel this department. Back off, or you'll sink us all. Evelyn's grip tightens. You've been sinking for years, Chief. I'm just draining the swamp. The line goes dead. Carter curses under his breath. That sounded like a threat wrapped in a plea. It was, Evelyn says, tossing the phone down. She turns to Brooks. What else you got? Brooks pulls a thumb drive from her pocket, plugs it into a tablet. Audio, precinct locker room, 2 years back. Reed's voice, loud and clear. She hits play. Reed's laugh cuts through static. That Judge Jackson thinks she's untouchable in that robe. Let her come for me. I've got friends higher than her. 1 call and she's gone. A second voice, slicker. Keep her in line, Marcus. We got your back. Evelyn freezes. That's James Carter, she says, voice like steel. Brooks nods. Voice match is running, but I'd bet my badge on it. The room's silent, but the weight's crushing. Evelyn paces, mind racing. They've been planning this, protecting each other, burying anyone who pushes back. Brooks slides a paper across the desk, a list. 5 names tied to Reed and James. 2 cops, 1 retired captain, 2 prosecutors. All linked to dropped cases, brutality, planted evidence, you name it. Evelyn scans it, stops cold. Judge Henry Grayson, she mutters. Her old mentor, the man who swore her in, taught her the law's bones. No way. Brooks doesn't blink. Yes way. He signed off on 2 of Reed's dismissals. No paper trail, just his word. Evelyn's fists ball up, nails digging in her palms. This isn't a few bad apples. It's the whole damn orchard. She turns to Carter. Give me Grayson's case logs. Every ruling, every signature, last 10 years. He nods, already moving. That's a deep dive. Then swim fast, she snaps. Brooks leans in. There's more. That kid who lost an eye? His mom filed a civil suit, vanished 3 days later. Cops called her runaway. I call it cover-up. Evelyn's eyes darken. Find her file. I want names, dates, everything. Her phone buzzes again, unknown number. She opens it. Your nephew likes that blue bike, doesn't he? Her breath catches. Carter sees her face, grabs the phone. Bastards, he growls. They're hitting close. Evelyn's voice turns to iron. They think I'll fold. They're wrong. She dials fast, her sister. Get Jamal out of school now. Lock down. I'm sending help. She hangs up, looks at Carter. Trace that number. I don't care how buried it is. He's on it, phone to his ear. Brooks stands, file in hand. This is bigger than Reed, Judge. You're shaking a machine that's been oiled for decades. Evelyn meets her gaze, unflinching. Then let's break it. A roar rises outside. The crowd's doubling, news vans rolling in. She steps to the window again. They're awake, she says, almost to herself. Finally, Carter looks up from his call. Chiefs circling the wagons. Unions already screaming. You sure about this? Evelyn turns, eyes blazing. I've never been sure. They want to fight? They've got one. The door flies open. A young reporter, breathless, slips past security. Judge Jackson. Channel 5's got footage. Reed's lawyers claiming entrapment. They're spinning it live. Evelyn doesn't blink. Let them spin. Truth doesn't bend. She grabs her coat. I'm going public. Set up a press room now. Carter hesitates. You're walking into a buzzsaw. Good, she says, voice steady. I've got the sharper blade. She strides out, Brooks and Carter flanking her. The halls are chaos, staff whispering, phones ringing off hooks. Outside, the crowd chants her name, a mix of fury and hope. She stops at the courthouse steps, faces the cameras. "This isn't about one cop," she says, voice ringing clear. "It's about a system that shields the guilty and buries the innocent. I've got names, evidence, and a fight that's just begun." Flashbulbs pop, shouts erupt. She doesn't smile. She's a storm breaking loose. Who's behind that second text? How deep does this rot go? Don't turn away. The next blow's coming hard. Drop in the comments. Would you stand with her or run from this fire? Hit like if you're ready to see these snakes burn. The courthouse steps blaze under camera lights. A sea of microphones shoved toward Evelyn Jackson. Her voice cuts through the chaos like a blade. "This city's been choking on silence too long. I've got evidence, names, tapes, a trail of blood, and it's not stopping with one cop. We're tearing this down to the roots." The crowd roars. Some cheer, some curse, signs waving like battle flags. A reporter yells, "Judge, who's on that list?" Evelyn locks eyes with her. "You'll know soon." They can't hide anymore. Flashbulbs explode, and the air crackles with heat. She turns to step inside, but a black SUV screeches up, tires smoking. Two men in suits jump out. No badges, no words, and the crowd parts fast. Carter's at her side in a heartbeat, hand on his holster. "Judge, get back," he snaps. Evelyn doesn't budge. One suit steps forward, voice low. "You're making a mistake, Jackson. Walk away while you still can." Her eyes narrow. "You don't scare me. Tell your boss he's next." The man smirks, then they're gone, peeling out as fast as they came. The crowd buzzes. Phones are up, filming every second. Inside, Evelyn storms to her chambers, Carter and Agent Brooks on her heels. "That was a hit squad," Carter says, voice tight. "No plates, no ID. They're pros." Brooks nods, slamming her tablet down. They're circling. That audio of Reed and James Carter just hit the chief's desk. Union's freaking out, and ADA's office is locking doors. Evelyn grabs her legal pad, scribbling fast. "Good. Let them sweat. I want that list public by noon." Brooks hesitates. "You're painting a target on your back." Evelyn looks up, eyes like fire. It's already there. Her phone buzzes. Her sister panicked. Jamal's school just called. Someone tried to pick him up. So they were family. I got him home, but Evelyn cuts in, voice steel. "Stay put. I'm sending marshals." She hangs up, turns to Carter. "Get U.S. Marshals on my nephew now, and find out who's dumb enough to pull that stunt." Carter's already dialing, face hard. "They're escalating." "Then we escalate harder," she fires back. Brooks pulls up a new file, voice urgent. "We got a hit." That second voice on the tape? Confirmed. It's James Carter. And here's the kicker. He wired $20,000 to a shell company last year. Same company paid for Judge Grayson's beach house reno. Evelyn's jaw drops, then snaps shut. Grayson's dirty too? That son of a... She stops, fury boiling over. They've been buying the whole damn system. Brooks nods, and selling out anyone who fights back. That kid's mom who vanished? Her last call was to Grayson's office. The room spins for a second, but Evelyn steadies herself. They're not just covering tracks, they're erasing lives. She grabs the phone, dials Chief Nolan again. He picks up fast, voice ragged. "Evelyn, you're killing us. Union's threatening a walkout. Mayor's on my ass. Shut up," she snaps. James Carter's on tape with Reed, and Grayson's taking payoffs. "You knew." Silence. Then, "I suspected." Evelyn's voice drops to a growl. "Suspected? You let them run wild. You're done, Nolan." She slams the phone down, turns to Brooks. "Leak that tape. Every news outlet now." Carter bursts back in, breathless. "Marshals are at your sister's. Jamal's safe. But we've got a problem. Reed's gone." Evelyn freezes. "Gone?" "He was in holding." Carter's face is grim. "Someone sprung him. No paperwork, no trace. Precinct to ghost town." Brooks curses. "They're cleaning house." Evelyn's mind races, then her phone buzzes again. Unknown number. "You can't stop what's coming. Check the news." She flips on the TV. Channel 5's live. Reed's lawyer, slick as oil, smirks at the camera. Judge Jackson's lost it, fabricating evidence, targeting heroes like Sergeant Reed. We got proof she's unfit. The screen cuts to a grainy photo. Evelyn at a protest 20 years back, fist raised. The anchor's voice drips venom. Activist, judge, or revenge plot? Evelyn's blood boils. They're smearing me. Brooks grabs her arm. It's a blitz. Bots are flooding online. Hashtags trending. They're burying you fast. Carter pulls out his phone, scrolling. Hashtag Jackson must goes at 10,000 posts in an hour. This ain't random. Evelyn slams her fist on the desk. They want a war? I'll give them hell. She grabs a binder from her drawer, thick, worn, her secret weapon. Every case Grayson twisted, every whisper I heard, it's all here. Dates, names, deals. Carter's eyes widen. You've been sitting on this? Waiting for the right fight, she says, voice low. This is it. She handed to Brooks. Copy it. Send it to the feds, DOJ, FBI, anyone who'll move. Brooks nods, already moving. This'll blow the roof off. That's the plan, Evelyn says, steel in her spine. Outside, sirens wail, cop cars rolling up, lights flashing. Carter peers out. They're locking down the block. Chief's not playing. Evelyn grabs her coat. Neither am I. Get me to the press room. I'm ending this now. She strides out, the binder's weight in her hand like a loaded gun. The halls are a madhouse. Staff scatter. Reporters swarm. She hits the steps again, cameras flashing blind. They're coming for me, she says, voice thundering. But I've got the truth, and it's bigger than they are. Reed's loose. James Carter's dirty. Grayson's bought. This ends today. The crowd erupts. Fists pump. Shouts tear the air. A cop steps forward, hand raised. Judge, you're under review. Step back. Evelyn stares him down. Try me. He flinches, backs off. She turns to the cameras. They can't silence this. Not anymore. Reed's free. The smear's live, and the feds are coming. Who's next to fall? Don't blink. This war's about to detonate. Tell me in the comments, would you fight this dirty or play it safe? Smash that like if you're all in for this takedown. The courthouse steps tremble under the crowd's roar as Evelyn Jackson stands tall, cameras blinding her with flashes. Cop cars circle the block, lights pulsing like a heartbeat, but she doesn't back down. They've got Reed on the loose, James Carter on tape, and Grayson in their pocket. She thunders. This isn't a fight for me. It's for every soul this machine crushed. And I'm not stopping. The air splits. Cheers crash against boos. Fists punch the sky. A cop lunges forward, voice sharp. Judge, you're ordered to stand down. Evelyn steps closer, eyes locked. Make me. He freezes, hand hovering over his cuffs, then retreats fast. Carter barrels through the chaos, grabbing her arm. Marshals just called, Jamal's secure, but they spotted a burner phone near the school. Same signal as her texts. Evelyn's gut twists, but her face stays stone. They're desperate, she says, voice low. Good. She turns to the cameras again. They're threatening my family now, my nephew, a kid on a bike. That's who they are. Cowards hiding behind badges and lies. The crowd surges, a woman yells, We've got you, Judge. Evelyn nods, not a smile but a spark. Inside, Agent Brooks sprints up, breathless. Tapes out, every station's got it. Reed and James Carter, loud and ugly. Chief's gone silent, Union scrambling. She flips her tablet. Live feed from Channel 5. Reed's lawyers sweating on screen, dodging questions. We stand by Sergeant Reed. This is a witch hunt. The anchor cuts in. Breaking news, DOJ's launching a probe into Savannah PD. Sources say indictments are hours away. Brooks smirks. That binder you gave me? Feds ate it up. They're raiding James Carter's office as we speak. Evelyn's pulse kicks. Grayson. Brooks nods. Subpoena's out. He's running scared. Her phone buzzes. Unknown number again. She opens it. You're dead, Jackson. Watch your back. Carter sees it, snarls. They're cornered rats now. Evelyn tosses the phone down. Let them bite. I've got teeth too. She grabs her coat, heads for the press room door. Time to finish this. But Carter stops her, voice low. Reed's not just loose, he's armed. Precinct logs show a Glock missing from evidence. Someone handed it to him. Evelyn's eyes darken. Then he's a dead man walking. The halls are a war zone. Staff scatter. Reporters claw for sound bites. Evelyn cuts through, Brooks and Carter flanking her like a shield. Outside, the crowd's a tidal wave. Signs now read, "Burn it down," and Jackson stands. She hits the press room. Mike's thrust forward. "DOJ's in," she says, voice steady as granite. "This isn't a scandal. It's a reckoning." Reed's running. James Carter's caught, and Grayson's next. They've got one play left, fear. It won't work. A reporter shouts, "What about the threats?" Evelyn doesn't flinch. "They can threaten me all they want. I'm still standing." "They're not." A scream rips through the room. Glass shatters somewhere close. Carter spins, hand on his gun. "Get down," he yells. The crowd scatters, reporters ducking under tables. Evelyn drops low, Brooks pulling her behind a podium. Footsteps pound, heavy, fast. A figure bursts in Reed, wild-eyed, Glock in hand. "You bitch!" he roars, swinging the barrel toward her. Carter tackles him hard, guns skidding across the floor. Chaos explodes. Screams, shouts, cameras still rolling. Reed thrashes, spitting. "You've ruined me. They'll bury you too." Carter pins him, knee in his back. "Shut it, asshole." Brooks grabs the gun, panting. He's done. Evelyn rises, brushing off her coat, eyes locked on Reed. "You're late," she says, voice ice cold. "Your empire's already ash." Cops flood in, not locals, but feds, badges gleaming. They cuff Reed, dragging him up. He twists, glaring at her. "This isn't over. They'll get you." Evelyn steps close, voice a whisper. "They'll try. They'll fail." The feds haul him out, his yells fading into the din. The room's a wreck, glass everywhere, reporters climbing back to their feet. Evelyn turns to the cameras, unflinching. That's what they've got left. A desperate man with a gun. It's not enough. DOJ's here, the truth's out, and this city's waking up. We're not done. The crowd outside chants her name, a rumble shaking the walls. Brooks hands her the tablet. Live feed shows James Carter in cuffs, Grayson's office taped off. "They're falling like dominoes," she says. Evelyn nods. "About damn time." Carter wipes blood from his lip. Reed got a swing in. "You okay?" he asks. Evelyn's eyes burn. Never better. Her phone buzzes again. Chief Nolan this time. She answers, voice flat. "What?" He's broken quiet. "It's over, Evelyn. I'm out. Tell the feds what you need." She hangs up without a word, turns to Brooks. He's flipped. Get him on record. Every name he knows. Brooks nods, already moving. This is bigger than Savannah now. Evelyn steps to the window, looking out at the chaos. Cop cars, feds, a city boiling over. A kid in the crowd holds a sign. "Judge Jackson fights for us." Her chest tightens. Not fear, not rage, but something fierce. "They thought they'd break me," she says, almost to herself. "They just built me stronger." Reed's down, the big dogs are cracking, but who's still pulling strings? Don't turn away. The final hammer's dropping next. Tell me in the comments, would you take that bullet for her or let her stand alone? Smash the like if you're screaming for this justice. The courthouse is a fortress under siege. Feds swarm the halls, their boots echoing like thunder. Evelyn Jackson stands in the press room, glass still crunching under her heels from Reed's rampage. The TV blares. James Carter's perp walk flashes across the screen, his tie loose, face pale. Grayson's next, caught slipping out his back door, cuffs glinting in the dawn. Chief Nolan's voice cracks over a live feed, spilling names to DOJ agents in a sealed room. The crowd outside roars, a tidal wave of rage and hope crashing against the steps. Evelyn's binder, her years of secrets, is now a weapon tearing through Savannah's rotten core. Carter bursts in, sweat on his brow. Nolan, singing, gave up 6 more. 2 councilmen, a state rep, and a damn lobbyist tied to that shell company. Feds are rolling warrants now. Evelyn's eyes flash. They thought they'd bury me. They dug their own graves. Agent Brooks strides up, tablet glowing. Reed's cracking too, named Grayson as the shot caller. Said he greenlit every cover-up for a cut. Evelyn's jaw tightens. Henry Grayson, my mentor. He taught me justice, then sold it cheap. She turns to the window, the crowd's chants shaking the glass. No more. A Fed steps in, badge gleaming. Judge Jackson, DOJ wants you downtown. Grand jury's convening. They're fast-tracking this. Evelyn nods, grabbing her coat. Good. I've got plenty to say. But Brooke stops her, voice low. One loose end, that lobbyist, Victor Kane. Slipped the net. Word is he's got dirt on half the state house. Evelyn's eyes narrow. Find him. He's the last brick in this wall. Brooks nods, already on her phone. The halls are a madhouse. Reporters claw for her. Feds shove through. Evelyn hits the steps again, the crowd parting like a sea. She faces the cameras, voice a hammer. This isn't over. It's a beginning. Reed's down, James Carter's caught, Grayson's exposed, and no one's flipped. But the rot went higher. Councilmen, reps, a shadow network trading lives for cash. DOJ's got my evidence, and they're cutting deep. This city's done bleeding for their greed. The crowd erupts. A man yells, "End it, Judge." She raises a hand, silencing them. We will. A crack splits the air, a gunshot sharp and close. The crowd screams, diving low. Carter tackles Evelyn to the ground, his body a shield. Stay down, he yells. Feds draw guns, scanning rooftops. A figure bolts from an alley, Victor Kane, wild-eyed, pistol smoking. You're finished, Jackson, he shrieks, firing again. A Fed drops him with 2 shots. Kane hits the pavement, blood pooling fast. Chaos reigns, sirens wail, cameras roll. Evelyn pushes Carter off, rising slow and scathed. He missed, she says, voice steady. Carter's panting. By inches. The Feds swarm Kane's body, one shouting, he's got a phone, burner, live call. Brooks grabs it, hits speaker. A voice crackles, panicked. Victor, you there? Did you get her? Brooks snaps, who's this? Silence, then a click. Evelyn's eyes blaze. That's the top. Trace it now. Brooks nods, handing it to a tech. We'll get him. Evelyn turns to the crowd, still reeling. They sent a killer, she says, voice ringing. They failed. This ends with us, not them. Cheers explode, drowning the sirens. She heads downtown, Feds escorting her through a city on fire. Protests flare, news vans clog streets. The grand jury room's stark, wood walls, a dozen faces staring. Evelyn takes the stand, oath steady. I've seen this system choke the innocent and shield the guilty, she says. Reed assaulted me. James Carter buried cases. Grayson sold rulings, and Kane pulled strings. I've got names, dates, proof, and it's all yours. A juror leans in. How high does it go? Evelyn's voice drops, firm. To the State House. Maybe higher. Cut it out, root and stem. Hours later, indictments rain. 14 names, from cops to councilmen. A state rep in cuffs, on live TV. Kane's call traces to a private club in Atlanta. Feds raided at dawn, hauling out an ex-senator in his bathrobe. Savannah PD's under federal oversight. 200 cases reopened. Evelyn steps out, the sun dipping low, casting gold over the chaos. Carter's at her side. You did it, he says, voice rough. No, she corrects. We did, and it's just starting. She drives home, Mount Pleasant quiet now. Her sister's porch light glows. Jamal runs out, bike forgotten, crashing into her arms. Andy Ev, you're on every channel. She hugs him tight, fierce. You safe. He nods, grinning. Feds are cool. She laughs, first time in days. They sit on the steps, the city humming beyond the trees. You scared them all, he says, eyes wide. No, she whispers. I woke them up. The next day, she's back at the courthouse. Not as judge, but witness. She resigns, voice clear in a packed room. I lit the fire. New hands need to carry it. Build something better. The crowd stands, clapping till the walls shake. Later, a kid tapes a sign to her old bench. Jackson's Justice Lives. She sees it, nods, and walks away. Not broken, but forged anew. This empire's ash, but what rises next? That's on us. Don't stop here. Tell me in the comments, what would you burn down to build back right? Smash that like if this fight hit you hard, and subscribe. The next story's waiting. This isn't just a courtroom showdown. It's a mirror held up to all of us. Racist cops, crooked suits, and a judge who refused to break. Evelyn Jackson's fight shows what happens when power thinks it's untouchable. She didn't just win. She torched the whole damn system and handed us the ashes to build something better. For the old souls who've watched injustice spin its tired wheel too long, and the young fire ready to rise, this one cuts deep. She's not some Cape Crusader. She's us, armed with grit and a backbone of steel. This is the kind of story that sticks with you, the kind that demands you don't just sit there. So let's keep this alive. Hit that like button if justice still burns in you. Share it with someone who needs this spark, and subscribe to Story Precious if you're hungry for more tales that smash through the silence. Because here at Story Precious, we don't just tell stories. We unearth the ones that matter, the ones that fight, the ones that echo. Savannah's still buzzing out there, but Evelyn's work isn't done. It's ours now. Every name she exposed, every lie she ripped open, it's a call to stand up, not just watch. You've seen the fall, racist power crumbling, a city waking up, but what rises next is on us. This isn't the end. It's the start of something raw and real. So stick with Story Precious. We're digging into the grit, the heart, and the battles worth shouting about. Drop your thoughts in the comments. What's the fight you'd take to the wall like Evelyn did? Hit that like if this hit you where it counts. Share it if you've got a warrior in your life who'd feel this. And subscribe to Story Precious, because the next story is already brewing, and it's going to hit just as hard. When the smoke clears, it's not the fall that defines us. It's what we build from a fire.